All righty, what's up, everybody? My name is Jess, and this is Spiritual Warfare News. Welcome to the show, everybody. Lots to talk about. Things are going on that are just very getting interesting in this world. And I have to say, well, I don't know. Is the Antichrist coming? Pope is dead. And it's just a lot of other things that are happening, good and bad. I mean, we got some arrests that happened, and we got some blocks, but I think we're in for the win, folks. I really do. I really think we are in for the win. If you haven't done so, please go to webersway.com/shop. Check it out. It's right there. It's very easy and accessible. webersway.com/shop. Use the promo code GODWINS and get free shipping right now while supplies last, because I think they're not lasting long. All right, Jose, we're selling out like crazy. Good. All right. There we go. Men's, women's, kids, you name it. Mugs, hats. We got it all, folks. Get it there at webersway.com/shop for all the patriotic and Christian apparel. There we go. All right, guys, this is what is happening. Tom Homan the other day was in a news conference saying, "Oh, you wait and see." And what did he mean by that? People were asking. They were like, what is he talking about? When are they coming? When are the really arrests are coming? Sure. Here's Tom Homan right here. Here we go.
It's on the books that make it a criminal offense to shield or harbor illegal immigrants, like the sanctuary state city leaders have been doing. Do you think they should be prosecuted the fullest extent of the law and possibly put in prison?
Absolutely. And hold tight on that one, because it's coming. It's coming. I've been clear on that since day one.
There are laws on the...
All right. So he's been clear on day one about the arrest on people that are harboring illegals. And you wouldn't think a judge would do that, right? Not just one, but what about two judges would do that, huh? Two judges are so far in doing illegal stuff. This judge was trying to cover up stuff, and she got arrested, folks. And this is was it just an exact moment when Democrat Judge Hannah Dugan was arrested by the FBI and handcuffed on a felony obstruction charges for helping a violent illegal alien, Flores Ruiz, to evade arrest by hiding the undocumented migrant in a jury deliberation room to stop ICE from taking him into custody. These judges gotta go, folks. Okay, this is just unacceptable. This is just clear. It tells you clear as day that these people are on the wrong side of history. And there she is. She gets chased out. The reporter's trying to get a word with her. There she is.
Judge, anything to say about this?
Going to jail, folks. These people are going to go to jail. This is the expose has to happen fast. Okay. I'm glad that it's happening. Wish it was a little faster, but less than 100 days. It's pretty good because we're creeping up on that 100 days. And it's April 30th, Chuck. April 30th will be the 100 days. And it's just, it's happening. It's good. We want more. Of course we want more. We're going to talk about who should be arrested. And I'll tell you one thing. These judges are going down. They're going down, folks. There's another arrest. The guy that was literally had an illegal in his home holding weapons. And, illegals are not even supposed to have a weapon. They're not even supposed to be here, folks. And sure enough, he had that person in the house. He was doing work for him. I'm sure he was doing, I guess he was banging the daughter or something. And sure enough, guess what? They both got arrested. The parents got arrested. Here they are. Arrested. Yeah, you must feel like an idiot now. These people are in charge, folks. These are the people that think they could get away with murder. And they probably have done murder and have got away with it. But it's over, folks. This is the spiritual war that is happening. It's taken over now, and we are finally winning this side of history. And I am very excited about that. So we are all excited, right, Chuck? We are all excited. Good. Listen, let's just put a fair warning out there. You know what I mean? To all the judges, it's time to resign. We know you're guilty of something, doing something illegal. Just having the name Democrat connected to you is something bad already. There you go. I mean, these people are satanic worshipers. All right. And they got to go. Every single one of them need to go. We need to reform the whole entire justice system across America, right? I mean, how can you get a fair trial today? You go to this, let's say if I went to this lady's court, she knows I'm all about Trump. Nope, you're going to jail for this long. I mean, what about the due process on the January 6th? They didn't have any. They were in jail for years just because of who they like. This has got to stop. It needs to stop. If you're going to be a judge, you cannot have picking sides. And you just got to do what's morally right. I think if anything, we should have only Christian judges. Do we agree? I think so. Is that bias? I don't think so. You know why? Because we need the right thing in place, not the wrong, not some satanic lunatic that is okay with murder and who is okay with crime, is okay with the satanic agenda of destroying America, because that's what they're all for. Okay. Obviously, this other judge that was hiding this illegal, I'm sure that her daughter's dating illegal. I mean, there's always some kind of attachment to the illegal. That's how these liberals work. Just same with the LGBT community. I guaranteed someday, and I mean, I think it's already happening. You'll have illegals, LGBT, and let's say the handicapped people all in one little group, right? And now they got their numbers, right? And the trans, right? That community too. I guess that mixed with the LGBT, right? All those people are going to be formed together, right? And they're going to be the fight that we have to fight. You know what I mean? This is the sad thing. And I'm sure that's what the trans community is doing already, or the LGBT community. They're just clinging on. No, what's that? You love Gaza? Come to us. What's that? You love Satan? Come to us. What's that? You're gay? Come over here. All these misfits come together, or should I say satanic misfits come together. And sure enough, they form a group of craziness. And here's a judge. That's crazy. You know what I mean? It's just nonstop. And it needs to stop, right, Holly? That's right. All right. And speaking of craziness, this kid right here literally is talking about killing white people. Yep. I don't know if he has been contacted by the FBI. We don't know how corrupt they are still, or maybe they're not. But you would think we would see this in the news by now, saying that he's been arrested. And we don't know if he has. So let's take a look what he had to say today. Here we go.
That's by taking it in blood. There has to be blood all over the floor. There has to be bodies on the floor. There has to be people screaming and crying. That is the reality.
Yeah, whose bodies? Whose blood? Who's screaming? That's what I want to know.
And this is what history shows me. No amount of begging, no amount of complaining, no amount of protesting, nada is going to get you your liberation until you take it with blood.
Yeah, but whose blood?
You see? So this is why I sit back and I don't play along with any of these black people talking about it's a spiritual war, this, that, because when those cops are going into our neighborhoods and shooting our babies, that's a physical thing. You see, y'all so worried about the spiritual world, but you're not worrying about the world that's right in your face. When we're getting thrown in prison, that's a physical thing, right? Address the physical. You see, this is why I say don't hit my phone until y'all ready to do what y'all know we got to do.
So what do you got to do?
When y'all ready to go outside and hunt them white boys, hunt them cops, go to that white boy's neighborhood and fuck his shit up, when y'all ready to do what y'all know we got to do.
Damn.
So I'm going to sit back and do my thing. When y'all ready to go outside and take blood, hit me anytime.
I'm waiting, buddy.
But you see, a lot of us are not ready to do that. But I'm trying to tell y'all, there is no freedom. There is no liberation for our people until there's blood on that floor, on that battlefield. And that's the truth.
All right. I think he's a little serious. At FBI. Oh, he's here. This is just unbelievable. I mean, stuff like this is starting to pop up a lot more. The race divide is coming. And the Democrats love this. This is what they feed off of. This is what they tell these people. Hey, you need to be scared of Trump. He's bringing in the KKK. He's bringing in white supremacy. He's bringing in the Nazism, right? Because Elon Musk did the Hitler salute, right? Supposedly. My heart goes out to you. Every politician has done it many times. I guess apparently Elon did it at a 45-degree angle, so it's pretty close to the Hitler salutes. But this is these people here that talk like this, that want to they divide, they're brainwashed. And what are we going to do about that? Huh? I mean, what can we do about it? I mean, obviously we just expose them, put out the video. I'm not going to retaliate and be like, oh, that's it. Let's get them. No, we have more self-control than that. But a guy like this, I think should get a visit, I would think, right? We'll pay a visit. We'll scare him a little bit. Will it scare him? No, we're seeing more and more of this kind of crap go on. The disrespect to the white community, right? I'm not saying let's go pro-white, I'm just, listen, are you a good person or not? Why are we seeing so much of this? Why do we see so many people that are black beating up white people or disrespecting authority, disrespecting teachers, disrespecting anything? I mean, they just can't just let the process go ahead, okay? Why can't they just relax? The rest of the lady, what did she do, right? Now you're going to get arrested. Sure enough, that cop's got to take her down. And then she plays victim right there, like she didn't think she was going to get arrested. I mean, what are you doing? I mean, this is the type of crap that goes on in these type of neighborhoods. It's ridiculous, right? I would think. When is it going to stop? When is the respect? Like, who talks like that to a cop? I would think for a second, if I was his mouth off at a cop, I'd be in handcuffs in 2 seconds. But these people don't give a shit. I don't know if it's their parents that didn't teach them any better manners or anything. But I mean, literally starts pulling the cop's hair, attacks her from behind. It's like, what are you doing? Do you want to die? That's what I have to say. Do you want to die? This is where you want to go down. This is it. You want to get in trouble for this. You want to go to spend in jail for the next year, maybe maximum a year. It's a whole year of your life of spazzing out over your friend that probably did a crime. They probably stole something or along those lines. But it's just like, what are you doing? This is why do the youth want to throw their lives away so quickly? I just don't understand it. I don't understand the disrespect for human life. But then again, they'll be in a chat or a chant or a rally crying out for humanity, right? Where are our rights? Fight, fight, fight. We love you, or we're in the love land or whatever. But the disrespect that they have for authorities, it's obvious that they just don't care. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. They just want to throw their lives away so fast. Let's just go to the comments, right? Hey, watching this got me a feeling of all intents. Why not call back? Why not call back up right away? Yeah, well, are you scared right away, right? Never learned to assault an officer. Thought that was a thought, right? And this officer in the car took his sweet time filming everything instead of helping. I'm surprised bullets weren't flying around. Poor training, people say. And so on. Equality. Anyways, it's just like, come on, dude. Like, respect the law. I don't understand why you have to disrespect it. It's nonstop. These videos are nonstop. Like, here's a pastor the other day calling MAGA roaches. Yeah, a pastor, folks.
Those of y'all who are from the suburbs, those of y'all that come from a gated community, those of you who live out yonder, you ain't gonna understand this example. But when I used to live with my grandmother in the projects of New York, y'all ain't saying nothing. I discovered something that roaches only start running when you turn the lights on. As long as the lights are out, they gonna be comfortable eating your cereal. Y'all ain't saying nothing, climbing in your cupboard. But when you turn the light on, all of the roaches gotta start moving. I came to give a warning. Elon Musk, the light is getting ready to come on. Donald Trump, the light is getting ready to come on. JD Vance, the light is getting ready to come on. MAGA, the light is getting ready to come on. Welcome, because the roaches will check in, but they won't check out. The lights are coming on. The lights are coming on.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, folks. The race war is beginning again. In 2016, it was the same thing. Well, even when Obama was in office, it was the reverse, actually, I think. But anyways, it's nonstop. This race thing just needs to stop. And I don't know if it's just these people just want attention or they're serious. I mean, that kid, you really just threw your life away by saying that you want to kill white people. I mean, it's probably the dumbest thing you could possibly do. It's just so sad to watch these people just throw their life away so fast. And this pastor, now he's just brainwashed his entire audience to hate us all, calling us roaches. When the lights turn on, we'll scatter away. Come on, no.
Maybe.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but if you're a first-time black home buyer, you're going to get $120,000 for a down payment for a new house.
They might want to call me a monkey today, because I want to participate in our inclusive economy. This is getting ridiculous.
The people in my community are asking for restorative justice. They're asking for us to repair the harms that previous members of this institution, and I would dare to say, Mr. Speaker, some current members.
Maybe they might want to call me a monkey.
So anyways, Washington State has passed reparations law that gives black homebuyers $120,000 for a down payment. Representative Jamal Taylor celebrated a bill by claiming Republicans are racist and thinks she's a monkey. Unbelievable. So if you want to live there and you're black, you can get a new home. I think this is what they're trying to do. Chuck, I think honestly, this is the way of how they're going to do reparations. They're going to just throw it in different things like this. You want a home? We'll give you $100,000. You need some money, part of the reparations. You know what I'm saying? Only for the black people, folks. It doesn't even matter if you were a slave back in the day. You're black, you get it. You get a check. I think that's how they're going to do reparations. So I don't know. Is this going to be a trend? Is Trump going to step in and end this madness? And then guess what? If this happens across the nation, guess what? The prices of housing goes up. Yeah, why not? Shit, I'm going to raise the price. Raise the price to $150,000. Let's raise it to $1 million for a $500,000 home. We're going to get a $120,000 down payment. These black people buy it. They'll put it down. And sure enough, they'll be in debt and they're out. And we'll get $120,000 for nothing. Free of charge, right? From the government. Unbelievable. And guess who pays for that? You do. Okay. All right. Also, the border is in control. Pete Hegseth, this is his last message. He's really pumping up the army right now. He's doing the whole equality thing. Okay. A woman or a man here, right? And if you got to do this, this, and this, and if your woman wants to be at that level, she has to do the exact same thing. This is what they want people to do in the Army, the Navy, the military, the whole shebang. Okay. Pete Hegseth says, I'm effective immediately. All military branches will now adapt the Marine Corps' PFT as a standard fitness test. No more excuses if you are in uniform. You're running 3 miles. And yes, that includes you, Navy. We got tired of hearing chiefs run the Navy when they can't even run 3 miles. So there you go. You want to be tough? Well, you better get in shape, folks. I mean, we want you in shape. I mean, if you're in the military, you should be in shape. There should be no fat guy in the military. Okay? None whatsoever. Nada. He's trying to get everyone in shape. And he's trying to get the women to that level. Unless, listen, it doesn't make any sense. If a man can kill 10 people at once, and the other standard, let's say Biden's standard, was the woman can kill 1 person. It doesn't help the man killing 10, and she can only kill 1, because that's all her limit is, right? She's got to get up to that 10-person level, all right, to be equal with the men, all right? And then you can work together. I wouldn't want to work with someone that can only kill 1 person, and I can kill 10 at every 10 seconds, let's say. And she kills 10, that says she kills 1 person every 10 seconds. That doesn't help me, folks. Okay? That does not help me. It does not help my 6. You know what I'm saying? No, we'd be both dead in the first 10 seconds. I get what he's doing, and we need it. All right, here's a video of the border. The border came out with the Border Patrol. What is it, Chuck? What it is it the Border Patrol? The Border Patrol Instagram puts out videos like, I don't know, man. They're wild, but I like them. Here we go.
In our country illegally can self-deport the easy way, or they can get deported the hard way, and that.
Leave now. If you don't, we will find you and we will deport you. You will never
Entering this country illegally is a crime, and we're not going to forgive it.
If you cross the border, your chances of being apprehended are much greater. And if you are apprehended, you're going to be removed from the country.
Take me home to the place I belong.
People in our country illegally.
So go on the app. The same app, illegals, the same app that got you in, well, that'll take you home. So there you go. The border is helping you self-deport, and maybe you'll be able to come back. Maybe. We highly doubt it, but maybe you'll come back. We don't think so. Anyways, they're burying the Pope tomorrow. The big funeral's tomorrow. Trump is in town. But this is a little strange. And obviously we know it's clear as day that we knew this was going to happen. But the New York Post posted it. And it's not like us conspiracy theory people would say anything. But here we go. The disgraced U.S. cardinal accused of covering up a clerical child sex abuse scandal was chosen to help seal Pope Francis' casket and the entomb his remains for his burial. How about that, huh? A person that covered up a pedophile, a sex abuser, is going to be doing the honorable thing of sealing up the casket, huh? It's almost like the devil saying, goodbye, we used you. You did very well, Pope Francis. Thank you for pushing our agendas, all the satanic agendas. And we're going to have a pedophile protector close your caskets. They love to do it in plain sight, folks. This is what they do. They showcase it, and guess what? If you're okay with it, they will continue doing it. Why doesn't the Catholic people call it out? Start making an uproar about it. You'll start seeing things change. The devil might squirm away and find another way. But no, the devil's claws are in the Vatican like a snake on a horse's ass. But I'm just saying, like, seriously, call out the Vatican. Get these, if the Vatican is hiding secret books about the Bible, secret messages, secret that, let's call it out. I don't know if you remember the naked guy jumping out of the Vatican, huh? I mean, they got satanic statues everywhere. I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. Watch the funeral tomorrow. Watch it. I guarantee you there's going to be symbolism everywhere. And there's going to be videos on it for years to come. They're going to be like, look at that. Look at this. Upside down cross. We've already seen a video with an upside down cross. 2 of them, actually. What is going on? Why doesn't pastors call this out? I don't get it. Is it because it would divide the nation? Well, guess what, folks? They're already dividing us enough, but it's time for the truth. And the hard truth is going to hurt. But guess what? In the end, it'll be the right thing to do. You know what I mean? It's the right thing to do is tell the truth. Stop covering it up so we can appease every single religion. If there's one true religion, and that's Jesus Christ, right? The Christian faith. Our God, right? That brought his son down to this earth. He died for our sins. That God, the creator of all things. There's one that we should tell the people that's it. Now, I know Catholics believes in the same thing, but geez, the way they go about it does not seem very holy to me. I don't know, folks. Pedophile? Really? Interesting. But we all know their story. And I'm sorry for it if you're a Catholic. I'm just sorry that you have that reputation. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's Christians, bad stuff about Christians too, but the Catholic, they really pronounce it and they just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. At least the Christians, they get rid of the person and then they never come back. They don't go to another church or another synagogue or whatever they call it, whatever the Catholics call it. Anyways, moving on.
We've got some.
Here is some breaking news. Remember Luigi, Mario's brother, that killed that CEO of the health insurance company. Well, he pleaded. Guess what? He pleaded, Chuck?
Breaking news, Luigi Mangione pleading not guilty to federal murder charges in the death of the...
So he pleads not guilty. Guess what? If he is convicted of being guilty, he will get the death penalty. That's what they're aiming for. So there you go. I mean, come on. They have video of him. He's caught with the same weapon. He's wearing the same hoodie at McDonald's. He's got everything that points to him being the person that killed the CEO. This trial will be one of those trials that people would want to watch. And does he get out scot-free? I guarantee if he does, well, I don't think he'll last long in the real world. I just don't. But people think they're already trying to make a Luigi act, in Congress. They're ridiculous people. Anyway, so he's pleading not guilty. There you go.
The next
back to the Pope stuff. This is another video that came out. They really going down these conspiracies, but we gotta listen to them because we don't know. Maybe Jesus is really coming back soon.
Pope shall be the false prophet. He will rise as the 8th king in the lineage of the Vatican, a throne forged by the Lateran Treaty. He is one of the 6 who form the unholy Trinity, the false shepherd clothed in sacred robes. The false prophet is not merely a sorcerer or a summoner of demons. He is far more insidious, a voice that claims to speak for God, a figure of captivating words and beguiling presence, a deceiver cloaked in holiness, who is not what he appears to be. In the days of tribulation, a man shall ascend to the papal throne, and through his great deception, he shall lead multitudes astray, into darkness, into death. All signs point to this. The rise of the next pope shall be a harbinger to the world, a sign that the final collapse has begun. What unfolds in the world today is no coincidence. It is the grand preparation for the coming of the Antichrist, the 8th and final pope. Do you believe in the prophecies? Type in the comments.
Yeah, I think we're getting there, folks. I think we're getting there, right? I mean, there's a book of all the predictions of every single pope. They say this next one is the last one, or Pope Francis was the last one. But something else is coming out. There's this guy. I don't know what he's trying to do, but I don't know if he's trying to claim that he is the... I don't know if he's the Antichrist. This is a bizarre video that just popped out and it's trending everywhere. Watch this.
I am Abdullah, the successor of Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam, the successor of the Comforter Ahmed, the successor of Simon Peter, the successor of Muhammad, the successor of Jesus Christ. I am the true and legitimate Pope. I am the proof upon the Christians. I am the son of the Muslims through my father, and the son of the Christians and the Jews through my mother. I am the son of the East through my father, and the son of the West through my mother. I am like Zulkarnain, who with one horn in the East and one in the West. And I am the inheritor of all that lies between. I am more knowledgeable than any false pope, and I am appointed by name in the will of the prophets. My name is also on the tongue of Isaiah, who prophesied of the righteous servant, and he said, he will see his offspring and prolong his days, and the will of the Lord will prosper in his hand. I am Abdullah.
Man, talk about Antichrist alert right here. It sure sounds like it. I don't think he's doing it the right way, folks, right? Because the Antichrist is supposed to really trick us. Like, we could be tricked right now. You know what I mean? Here's another video. Same guy. Let's see what he's got to say.
In the Holy Scriptures that the Antichrist is going to preach brotherhood without the Father. Right? That's what we find happening today with Israel. They want God's people, the brotherhood of God's people, without the imam of the time, that father, that appointed leader. Same thing with the Christians. They want the father out. And they only want the brotherhood, we the people of the United States, we the people, the congregation, right? But they don't want the leader of the congregation. The same thing with the Muslims. All of them, without exception, are following the Antichrist and the system of the Antichrist, because they're following the system of the supremacy of man, while the believers are the only ones that are free from that system of the Antichrist, because they reject the choice of man, and they are the only ones that believe in brotherhood with a father, and that is the congregation with the divinely appointed leader.
Okay, well, the Richard the barber, he don't judge him. He's a Christian now. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know. Is he acting? It seems like, is he acting like he's the Antichrist, or he's saying that the Antichrist is coming? I mean, it's very bizarre to me. But I'll tell you one thing, there's someone to watch out for. Don't fall for him. But he does have a cult following. He does have people that follow him. You can see that in the video. Some people wearing the same black hats. You won't see this guy wearing a black hat, that's for sure. Unless it's got a God logo on it, right? All right, folks. This is just, things are getting weirder and weirder. Speaking of weirder, people are really calling out this Blue Origin, saying it's faker than fake.
Talk about space re-entry protocols, because what happened with Blue Origin's historic all-female flight doesn't match reality. When NASA astronauts return to Earth, they sit in that capsule for hours. Why? Because the hatch is externally sealed and pressurized. Ground crews run safety checks for toxic fumes, radiation, and structural integrity. Nobody unbuckles mid-plummet at 700 miles per hour to casually pop the door open from the inside. That's not physics. That's suicide. Yet here's Blue Origin capsule. Live footage shows the hatch cracking open from within before Bezos even grabs his shiny little key. A crew member panics, slams it shut like they're hiding a secret. Meanwhile, Bezos, still sweating from his viral faceplant fail, strolls up to pretend he's unlocking it. NASA's protocol, strict external control. Blue Origin's version, a reality show stunt. If that hatch wasn't sealed during re-entry, where's the explosive decompression? The emergency alarms? Either Bezos invented new laws of physics, or this was a staged spectacle to distract from his rocket crash proposal fiasco. Why push a female empowerment narrative while breaking basic space safety rules? The answer's written in the loopholes. You tell me, Hollywood magic or a $200 million lie?
You remember Red Bull? Do you remember the Red Bull? They floated to space in a balloon. You know, remember that? And then he jumped off, and he was wearing a full spacesuit. I think that's as high as the spaceship got. I almost think it could be real. I mean, it's just a ride. I mean, you're just going up, you let go, and then you just float down. They're not going through any other layers. They're not going through they're not trying to break the atmosphere or anything. They're just going to the highest point they can and then float for however long, and then gravity finally takes it back down. So they had a fun little ride. expensive ride. Now, people say it looks fake because how clean it was, the latch, the landing. Okay, maybe it is fake. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, it's just the whole thing just smells fake, right? It is. Yeah. I get it, Chuck. I know. But will we ever know? I mean, even the whole thing about the landing in the ocean, that people thought that was green screened. The water was repeating on a cycle. It seemed like it froze and then it started up again. When are we ever going to get the truth? The truth will come when Jesus comes, right? Amen, right? Amen. All right, let's see what else. This is another video about G-forces. Would you have G-forces in Blue Origin? This Shame Vibes explains.
Share this video with anyone who thinks the Katy Perry rocket launch was legit, because this is shocking. I'll explain after.
So basically in this video is showing the G-forces of this lady going up, right? And there's nothing's going on with Katy Perry's face. She's just all excited, moving around. But this lady's face is just getting sucked back. She's, doing the breath work when you go up. Katy Perry has her mouth open like, oh, it feels amazing. Feels amazing. She's doing breath work. You got to do breath work to go those G's. But then again, was that rocket going that fast? You know what I mean? They should have just did the air balloon thing for them, right? I mean, the whole thing's ridiculous. The whole thing. If you don't want it to look fake, then I don't know. What are you doing with the latch, the key, the door opens inside? Why would the door open inside and then it flies in like a paper door? It's very bizarre. Very bizarre. All right, let's go to some trending videos. This is interesting. Update on CBL woman order canceling by Eddie. So this video was about this conservative women group, right? They ordered mugs from Yeti. Yeti said, no, we don't do any political stuff. Okay. So we're canceling your order. But years before that, they used to do it all the time. But this time it was national news. It was big, it was around, not national. Yeah, national news. And it was all about Yeti doing this. Well, guess what, folks? They followed up and they tried to submit another order.
Conservative order for a custom conservative mug because it said conservative women on it. Originally, with this organization, they had allowed these orders to go through. No problem. They ordered these in the past. There was no issues. But this year, when they placed an order that said, again, conservative women, Yeti responded after accepting the order. They responded again and said, actually, we've canceled your order. Sorry, it says political language. We don't do that. We can't do that. That breaks our policies. So the organization saw that and thought, I wonder if they would apply that same logic if it said something liberal or progressive on it. So they tested the theory this week and they ordered something that said progressive on it and the order went through. Well, would you look at that? Okay, listen to this.
After our recent Yeti order got canceled, people were wondering, and they were asking us if Yeti's policies were really biased against conservatives, or if Yeti would apply their ban on, quote, political language equally, even to non-conservative groups.
We were giving them the benefit of the doubt, but Yeti failed us.
2 of our students took it upon themselves to order another Yeti cup with the words, Proud Texas Progressive.
Proud Texas Progressive. That sounds just as political as saying conservative women. Progressive, conservative. It's the same thing. Yeah. Yeti.
And it was delivered. It was here last night, and here it is. Same company, same process, same everything, except for this progressive order sails through while our conservative one got canceled.
Okay, so that proves.
There you go. Yeti. Should they get the Bud Light treatment? Why not, right? Are they an American company? We need to find out. If they are, we got to be careful. We love American companies, right? But if they're biased and woke, well, they deserve, the treatment. Yes, I think so. You know what treatment, right? All right, this is a great tweet. Let's put it up, folks. This is, I don't know who this guy is. The Mega King 2.0. Here we go. The media destroyed itself in the pursuit of Donald Trump. The Department of Justice destroyed itself in the pursuit of Donald Trump. Congress destroyed itself in the pursuit of Donald Trump. And now the Supreme Court is doing the same. Every institution that is once respected chose instead to expose its own corruption in hatred of one man. They did not defeat him. They only revealed themselves, and America will not forget. That's right. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, continuing on. Here is another woke thing in our Supreme Court. Justice Jackson. I don't know why she's a judge. She couldn't even respond what a woman was, Chuck. Unbelievable.
Yes, I'm struggling to see how it burdens a parent's religious exercise if the school teaches something that the parent disagrees with. You have a choice. You don't have to send your kid to that school. You can put them in another situation.
Oh, okay. See, this is the out of touch people these people are. Okay. If I send my kid, Charlie goes to school, right? He goes to a Christian school, right? Say if we were in a town, we only have one school near us, right? Let's say it's the public school. Let's say it's, the school, whatever. That's the only school we can take our kid to, right? Because we don't have another school around us. We're out in nowhere land or whatever. There's only one school for our little town. They're teaching about little boys sucking at little boys, right? They're doing some disgusting things. I can't take them out. I would have to homeschool the kid. I don't have a choice. What's my choice? Where can I send my kid? I can't send him to another school because there's no other school. This is what parents are fighting about. Or I can't take him to another school because I can't afford that other school. That's another problem. School should be neutral, should not be pushing any agenda, should be pushing the English, math, social studies, whatever, and something else, right? Whatever the subjects are. Teach them life lessons. That's what's your orientation. Today we're doing pronouns. And does anybody want to change their sex? We got a whole wardrobe in the back here that men can wear dresses and women can wear, I guess, pants. Whatever. I mean, they can wear pants anyways, but you know what I mean. We got women. We can put beards on the women. How about that? I mean, this is what are we doing here? What do we need to teach that to our kids for? Right? Is that necessary? Is that something that we really? The way I learned about sex was in, I think, 8th grade, 8th or 7th grade. It was a big old deal. 9th grade, maybe it was 9th grade. It was home ec class. I remember. It was a big deal. Everyone's like, "Oh, did you go to the class today?" It was only one class. It was the one class that you're ever going to take. It's only one period. That's it. It didn't repeat on it. We didn't harp on it the next week, look at it again and then again. Nope. It was a serious class. It wasn't like fun. You can try this, lube that, do this, stick it there. No, it was serious. Okay. They showed the women's parts, the men's parts. And this is what happens when you have sex. You can have a child. And they show the sperm, whatever. It's a way to protect yourself. They showed a condom. I think they did. I'm not sure if they did the condom or the banana. I think maybe that was another couple of years later as they were trying to get woker and woker. But I think they showed protection and that was it. It was all, everybody was like, ew, gross. Why would they tell us about that? It's not like we're not having sex right now, right? It wasn't about gay sex. Oh, try this kind of sex, in the butt sex. No, it was all taboo. It was very taboo. It was like, listen, we don't put it in the butt, people, okay? This is where poop comes out, okay? We don't need to hurt the person. You can actually ruin their body. You can give them diseases, infect them. They can have sores. They can have problems. They can have blah, 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 etc. They took it serious. It was like a thing that you went in, you learned it, and then you're like, oh my God, it's over. But it was one period. That was it. They taught it and it was done. They looked at it, it was over. It wasn't repetitive. It's not like the teachers wanted to do it either. Okay? But it had to be talked about. And they did. And they did it respectfully and they did it honorably. They did it in a fashion where we were like, well, we're not listening to any of that. We're just going to keep doing it, right? But seriously, they literally have teachers that teach and harp on this crap at every single school. The counselors are the worst. Keep pushing this agenda down these kids' throat. This is not good, folks. You're just going to prep more people to be, I don't know, satanic, I would think. Everyone's satanic, right? To me, right? You're just going to make people just, it's just more sexual. You are increasing abortions, I'm sure they teach it in sex ed where they're like, oh, if you get pregnant, don't worry. We have an abortion clinic down the street, everybody. It's called Planned Parenthood. Everybody gets a discount, right? Everybody gets a discount, right? As a matter of fact, the school will pay for your abortion. And if you need Plan B, we have pills in the vending machine in the back. And we also have porn magazines in the other vending machines for the men, for whoever wants it. They encourage it. This has got to stop, right? That's why we bring the Bible back into the school. Amen. Amen. All right. Moving on, of course. We keep moving. All right. Pam Bondi to the judges.
No.
Here we go. This is all about the judges. This is a whole report on it.
No one is above the law, John. No one is above the law in this country. And if you are destroying evidence, if you are obstructing justice, when you have victims sitting in a courtroom of domestic violence and you're escorting a criminal defendant out a back door, it will not be tolerated, and it is a crime in the United States of America. Doesn't matter who you are, you're going to be prosecuted. No.
Just a great little piece there. All right, so let's go to Alice on Lindell TV talking about the dyes and the FDA, how they're getting rid of the dyes in the food. Here we go.
We're pretty much being poisoned every day, for lack of a better word. I mean, everything from the air we breathe to the food we eat to the water we consume, it's all riddled with various poisons. But specifically the food, there are many additives, more specifically these dyes that you mentioned. RFK Jr. is really raising awareness surrounding this issue, trying to now get food companies to take the dyes out of the products. This is very important because these synthetic food dyes are completely unnecessary in virtually every case. I mean, these dyes are added to food to make them more visually appealing, to make them brighter in color. And ultimately, they're actually quite addictive. There are many harmful side effects linked to many of these dyes. In fact, I have here that Red 40, one of the most popular dyes used, is linked to digestive issues. It can trigger immune responses and inflammation in the gut. And then Yellow 5, which is another very popular one, is linked to respiratory issues, skin reactions, and both can ultimately lead to cancer. So this stuff is just literal poison. It's very sick that this has been added to the food over the years just to, really lure kids in and make it so addictive. And they've got to be stopped. So here we have RFK Jr. really raising awareness on this issue, trying to get food companies to stop using it. So I have to admit, I'm pretty disappointed in this big announcement. He had a big announcement this week in order to encourage these companies to stop doing it. He said that he was going to, it sounded initially like it was more of a mandate, but upon further reflection,
It's very interesting, folks. How did these people get away with it? That's what I don't understand. All right. I don't understand who's making Doritos and saying, hey, let's put Red 40 in and the Yellow 5 and Yellow 3. I was literally okay. Don't get me wrong. I do have Crohn's. It's in remission. I have a strict diet. Yes. I do have some cheat meals because I can now. Because of all the work I did with my diet, I can cheat a little. And cheating for me is just, a slice of pizza here, burgers and chips and soda there, but not all the time. So I was looking at my bag of Doritos, and sure enough, Red 40, Yellow something, all the chemicals you could possibly think of. Fructose, corn syrup, all of them, right? And then I look at my ketchup, and that has fructose, corn syrup. And then I look at the buns, and that's got fructose. I'm like, what the freak? No wonder why I have Crohn's. I used to eat this crap all the time. But when I do my cheat meal, I could really go back, and I don't want to go back. So I was like, what the heck? Everything I look at now, I'm this guy. Yeah, you would be amazed. The worst place to get food is at a gas station. That's for sure. You know what I mean? Like you're traveling on the road and you got to get something quick to eat, and that's all they got is junk. This is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Go in, even in the grocery, even if you're going grocery shop, junk everywhere. Folks, they should be sued and should be placed in prison for putting this crap in our food. There needs to be a movement behind it ASAP. And they really need to get rid of fructose corn syrup out of everything. What I don't understand is why would they have these chemicals out of other countries and not in the United States? Well, I can tell you real quick. They want the fall of the cabal in the United States. They want us all to die. They want us, United States, to fall. And then guess what? The birth rate is low. They're doing a huge success with that. Trump is offering $5,000 for anyone that has a baby. And people think that's racist because they think he only wants white babies. But if a black person has a baby, you get $5,000 too. I mean, I don't see where the racism is. It's just encouraging babies. Hello. Anyways, the food has been killing us all forever. Someone needs to pay for that. Someone needs to go to jail for that. And they need to sue these companies. Doritos should not even come back. They should not. No, I don't care. All of the companies that then putting the poisons in our food. And you know this is going to stem a lot of lawsuits after it's all said and done. Once people say, you know what, my son's got autism. My son's got this disease. And you know what? I'm ready to sue. You gave me Crohn's. Can I point it down to what food? I don't know. But it all is starting to add up. Red 40 causes a digestive issues. Well, I had that. And I know a lot of other people. And I'll tell you one thing. A doctor will tell you, hey, keep eating that same old diet. That's what my doctor told me. After all my surgeries, 50, 60 surgeries I had. Jess, don't worry, you can go back to a regular diet and we'll keep you on Remicade. I'm like, nope. I'm not taking any more drugs. And I'm not going on a regular diet. I'm going on a strict, healthy diet with no chemicals in it. And that's what I did. I drink celery juice every single day. And guess what? I'm in remission. Or should I say I am cured? But I tell you one thing. They want me sick. They want me to be a patient, just like a transgender. A transgender is a life with a pharmaceutical and the doctors and the surgeries forever. And they want me to be in that same club. I don't want to be in that club. I'm trying to take my health back. And now I see why it's super important to do it now. Because I'll tell you one thing. I definitely don't want to grow up and be like, oh, you know, if I get old, I'm going to be in a wheelchair anyways. You ever hear that saying? Like, oh, I'm going to need a cane when I'm older. Or I'm not going to be able to see. No, I don't think so. Not this guy. I'm fighting every day to stay healthy. Because if you don't stay healthy, you don't have a life. All right? When I retire, I don't want to be in a chair for the rest of my life, crumped over, you know, I'm like hunched over like this all day long. I don't want to be like that. I don't. And neither should you. It's time to take our health back. And that's why you're seeing a lot of these trends on Joe Rogan and all these different podcasts talking about how healthy, eating this, try this, take these, you know, do certain tests. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this test. It's $600. It's a little pricey. Take a swab of your saliva, set it in, they give you the results, and they tell you, okay, you're deficient in this, and that. If you start taking this, and that, you'll feel completely different. And I think for sure, I'm going to try it. My buddy Kickin's going to try it. We're going to try it. This is all about health. We got to try it, right? I mean, when I was super sick, I was in these Facebook groups with these Crohn's people. They're the ridiculous people. They're absolutely ridiculous. These people in these Facebook groups, I've said this before many times. They all want to hear sympathy. They all want to hear, pat me on the stomach, pat me on the back. Oh, what pill should I take for my pain? Or I need a hot pack or a cold pack. I need this. Don't tell me what to eat. Don't tell me what exercise helped. Don't tell me anything that worked for you. No. Of course, I got kicked out of many of those groups. I'm like, hey, guys, you should try this. Swimming kind of helps with this issue. You know what I mean? They're like, get out of here. I'm like, hey, guys, here's my complete diet that put me in remission. Free. Here you go. I want to help all of you. Get out. Delete posts by the admin. Many times. Like, here's my diet. Here. Take it. It worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. Why do you think I did all the testing to it? You know, I tried this. I got all the way down to the certain diet that put me in remission. Try it. Why wouldn't you want to try it? I don't understand these people. The sick people, I don't understand you. You got to try. Your skin might be peeling off, pimples everywhere, scabs. I don't know. Maybe it's the water you're drinking. All right. Maybe it's the soda you're drinking. How about stop doing that? How about just drink strict water, clean water, something? Stop going to the repetitive process. Maybe try something. You got to spend money. Get a filtration system for your house. I don't know, but try something. Keep trying things until it works. And then when you are healed, when you're in remission, then you can tell your story too. And you can help someone save all the time in the world, spending all this money on wasteful stuff or not doing anything and living a miserable life when you can skip the process and say, here, this is the solution that worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. We have the same symptoms. That's why I gave the diet away. Here's the diet. Take it. Matter of fact, this is where you can buy all the ingredients. Take it. It's free. I'm not selling it. That's what I don't understand. Just try something different. What is the point of living on a couch for years and years and years? I mean, I did. I was pretty sick. But I had to try something different. I was trying every fucking thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I let go to Jesus, everything changed. I have to say that. But to get to that point, to get all the information to work and connect, I had to get to that point. Now I'm learning. Now I know why we go through the life lessons. Now I know why. I'm not mad at God for not healing me sooner. I know why I went through that process. I know why I got electrocuted. Okay. I'm learning my process. It's a whole process. Like right now, I got to do physical therapy for my arm. Okay. They got me doing this work condition thing. I don't know. It's a whole ordeal. I don't approve of it either. We'll get that. This is a whole nother nightmare. I'm trying to get my arm back. I'm trying different things. What can I do? What did other people do? What do they do? Red light therapy. What do they do? Massages. What do they do? Saunas. What are they doing? What do I do? Put stem cells in it? What do I got to do? I mean, I got a torn labrum, a dent in the ball joint. Am I going to recover without surgery? I don't want surgery whatsoever. But I'll tell you one thing. I'll ask Jesus to heal it, and he'll heal it in time. Hopefully soon, right? Hopefully during one of our broadcasts, my arm will just, I don't know, work. Anyways, you just got to try something different and take your health into your own hands because the doctors are going to take advantage of you. Okay. They look at your insurance. Okay. We can get them for 30 grand. Okay. We can get them for 18 visits. This is what they look at. They don't give a shit about you. Shut up. Yeah. It looks like we could prescribe 18 medications and 10 of them are profit for us. And I'll get a trip to France and blah, 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 blah. Telling you, try something new. Okay. Keep telling you PRP. Yes. The testing, correct? Otto? I want to do the ultimate human test. Cause he's the one that came up with the test. I mean, he's the, right? Is that the one you're talking about? PRP. Is it PRP? Yeah. So listen, someone needs to get in trouble for these foods in our foods. It's just unbelievable and disgusting. I don't know this guy, but George Santos is sentenced to 87 months in prison. Anyways, this guy's a wacko anyways. I don't know. He just always seems like a whack job.
Sanders disgraced former New York Congressman George Santos has been sentenced to more than 7 years in prison. Federal prosecutors urged the judge to hand down a heavy sentence because of Santos's, quote, unparalleled crimes. Santos pleaded guilty in August to identity theft and wire fraud charges.
There you go. Completely Botox out. Anyways, he's going to jail. No one cares. Anyways, plasma-rich protein injections in your shoulder. Yes. I don't know if I qualify for that. I asked a couple doctors about that. I have a tear in my labrum. Is that going to reattach it? The plasma stuff? I think that's for people with like rotary cuff issues or something, or joint issues. I have a tear. So I'm not, it's got to be sewn together, I think. It's a very difficult case. They say my case is rarer than 5%, they say. I don't know. Whatever that means, right? It's year 2025, and not many people have gone through what I've gone through, right? 5%. All right, here's Christy Noams. I love the videos that they come up with. It's just good. You know what I mean? Whoa. Moto, you're saying you had a tear in your shoulder. You did you did these rich protein injections in your shoulder, and it healed it. Is that what you're saying, Moto? Well, I'm talking to someone on Instagram right now. That is true. I will try that. Will workman's comp pay for that? That's the question. And if not, well, we got some other issues, don't we? Anyways, Christy Noams. Really, Moto? Oh my gosh. All right. I mean, I asked the doctors. They had no idea what I was talking about. Or they said, no, it doesn't. All right. Here's Christy Noams doing out her video about illegals and who they're arresting.
Every day I get a report of individuals that we have arrested in this country and gotten out that have been perpetuating violence against our communities and endangering families. Today, sexual assault with a child, murder and robbery, bank robbery. We have an assault with a deadly weapon, an intent to kill, rape, and robbery as well. Listen, since President Trump has been in office, in just a few short weeks, we have arrested and deported over 150,000 individuals, many of them incredibly dangerous, that now our communities are much safer. I'm thankful for all of the work that President Trump has done, his focus on getting foreign terrorist organizations such as MS-13 and TDA out of this country. And I'm grateful for his leadership that dirtbags like this are no longer in the United States of America.
I mean, come on. I voted for this. That's for sure. It's going to be great. This is great. It is always great with these people. I love when they make these videos. Like, I love Mega Minute. You know what I mean? Like, this is the transparency we need. We need this, folks. All right. This is a video. I don't know why I saved it, but this is why Doge. This is why I hate Doge. Oh, this is why they hate Doge. The Democrats. You know why they hate Doge? Because they're exposing their crimes. They're exposing the wasteful money that they took from you.
Billion-dollar endowments drag these clowns in front of Congress and make them say, like Holmes just said, drag them and make them say, yeah, we deserve a 40% risk.
And this is the real reason why the left
This
is
it. This is it.
Tesla and
Right.
Doge.
You're right.
It's not because, they're trying to make government more efficient. It's that they're exposing the racket.
That's it.
That there's institutional rot in all these left-wing NGOs and nonprofits who do studies where, like, the Biden administration can appropriate billions, tens of billions of dollars to build out electric charging stations, and they built 8.
Yeah.
Right.
Which happened.
Or like California passed this high-speed rail 15 years ago, and it's still not even done.
Yeah.
Right?
How $2 billion goes to an organization set up by Stacey Abrams 5 weeks before with $100 in the bank and no technical expertise in the grant that they're supposed to be administering.
And the reason why I think it's really important is there's a lot of discourse right now about this like abundance thing that Ezra Klein's out there selling. He wrote a book and he did Gavin Newsom's podcast and he went on Pod Save America talking about how, as liberals, we have to acknowledge that we've been really bad at implementing all of these policies. And it's like, you dumb shit. They fail on purpose. And they fail on purpose because 99% of the people in the Democratic Party want it to fail.
Bingo.
It's a trough for them to suck taxpayer money and put it in their wallet. They don't actually care about improving the lives of anyone. There are seriously 10 earnest liberals at think tanks putting out white papers being like, we could change the world if we really try hard. And it's like their whole rest of their party is like, gimme, gimme, gimme. And that's what Doge is so good at doing, is just investigating the institutional rot of the left.
Yeah.
They have
Exactly. They are upset. Just to think about all the wasteful money they've done. Begging for your money. Hey, we need to raise taxes on the rich. We need to raise taxes on the middle class. We get all this money and we take it, and now we're finding out what they did with it, folks. Yep. Here's a video trending on CNN calling us Nazis.
Call Trump Hitler is to call over 80 million Americans, 35% of Jewish Americans, 56% of Hispanic men, and the majority of Americans who make under $100,000 a year, Nazis, because those are the people who gave Donald Trump his victory. And I just have a pro tip for any Democrats who are thinking about winning back the working class, those people who make under $100,000 a year, who a majority of whom voted for Trump, you should have a visceral disgust for someone like Larry David, who's worth $400 million, sitting there and sneering and smearing the hardest working Americans for refusing to co-sign their own disinheritance. That's effectively what they are doing when these millionaires come out here and call Trump Hitler. They are calling working class Americans Nazis because they chose the person they thought would give their children back the future they were promised by this country. And it just has to stop. And you know what? Honestly, I don't care if the Democrats get this or don't, but they should get this because this is a big part of why they have lost to call.
Yeah, a big part. And they're going to continuing losing every single day, right? All right, let's see here. More. Let's say this is interesting. Save Our Children. This is by Scotty the Kid. This is interesting.
Do you want to get? Do you ever want to get married or have children?
No.
Thank God. Thank the Lord for that.
I will say something though. This is going to upset you.
Go for it.
I am going to be a teacher, and I am going to indoctrinate the youth, and I'm going to teach them all about the gay agenda. So your children aren't safe from me. Sorry.
Really? So what you're saying is that you want to brainwash the youth of America?
Yes.
To live this lie and to accept. Do you want to get?
This is the fear we all have as parents, right, folks? This is the fear. Here's another lunatic. Let's see what she has to say.
Don't let fashion.
Or should I say he says.
Just it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let fascists it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let fascists it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
The liberals, they always good for a laugh, aren't they? That's all they are. It's just good for a laugh. In fact, that's the only thing they're good for is a laugh. Very sad. All right, folks, that wraps up today's show. Did we play this video with Candace Owens? Let's see this one. Let's watch this one. I don't know if we played it, but here we go.
So I'm about to wake you up. Ready? I'm about to take your red pill.
Get off!
No,
He
no.
was handcuffed.
I'm about to give you the red pill.
He almost sprayed the people in the crowd.
Red pill, blue pill. You only get one.
Give me the.
I'm gonna hit you with the red pill.
I want the red one.
Have you ever seen the full arrest tape?
No.
You've only seen 9 minutes that were shot on the side of the sidewalk by Darnella Frazier because the Minnesota prosecution locked down the full arrest tape from the officers. You watch it, your whole mind is going to explode. Okay.
She's talking about the George Floyd.
First and foremost, they tried to peaceably arrest this man. It's very clear he ingested more, whatever was in his car, trying to get away with it, whatever. They peaceably put him in the back of a cruiser. Okay. And he says, I don't want to be in the car because I can't breathe. I have claustrophobia. The guys say, we just took you out of this car. What do you mean you have claustrophobia? Why are you acting funny? He asks the guy in the car who was with him, did he just ingest something? Did he do something? George Floyd asks the police officer to put him on the ground himself. Mama, which the media didn't tell you, they made you think that he was calling for his mom. It's not true. And there's a previous arrest where he also calls for his mom, where he survived, which was like from a month earlier because he was a repeat offender.
Mom thing. I'll never get that out of my
They
head.
never showed you the in the court case who testified and said, I'm Mama. His white girlfriend was Mama. Okay. He was calling. He was calling. 1,000% facts. The media never showed this. It was so irresponsible. But his girlfriend testified and said that, I'm Mama. It's what they call each other affectionately. And obviously they were still in a relationship. And I just always think about, and what we and her and I discussed is, had the media had been more responsible and just reporting on the facts, even if you came to the conclusion he'd still be alive today, even if it was because he ingested something, there was something different Derek Chauvin could have done in the end, we would not have been at each other's throats if these simple facts, at least in the way that we were, if these simple facts were introduced with.
It looked bad. That's the problem. It looked bad. Did he have a lot of pressure on his neck? No. If you watch the tape, you watch him get off George Floyd, they looked like there was no pressure on his neck. We know he clearly overdosed on fentanyl. Prove me wrong. Anyways, they want to free Chauvin. How about that? What do you think about that? Free Derek Chauvin, huh? I think he'll get a pardon before Trump gets out. I can see that. That'll start ticking up. You know, another thing, I guess there's 9 states in America that are clearing up the skies. They are not allowing them to put any more chemtrails in the sky. This needs to be national, folks. So let's get on top of it. Let's get your state, whatever state you're from, let's stop them from spraying the skies. Okay. I know they're trying to change up the climate and they think they're dimming the sun for their crops and well, whatever. Well, we have we can't keep continuing on like this. Okay. The chemicals get into our food, the chemicals get in our air, our water, everything. And slowly we die. And that's what they want. So no more. Get it? Let people know about it. Let's get it going. Let's get all 50 states to stop spraying. Because I don't want to visit a state and then look up and they're spraying everywhere. But my state's clean. You know what I mean? Come on. Let's make this a national thing and arrest every single pilot and arrest every single person that was behind all this crap. Spraying. What are we doing, folks? You realize you spray, right? Your family's down there, right? Your family's down there breathing that crap in. But they're probably told that it's safe, right? Yeah, don't worry, guys. You're just spraying to dim out the sun. Don't worry, it's not going to get into anything. Please. All right, folks, that wraps up tonight. We are going to...
Then sings my soul.
And who are we praying for?
Savior God, to thee.
You're going to pray.
How great thou art.
I'm going to pray for the Jews. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray to you, Lord. You know what happened in the past. You know the Jews killed your son Jesus. We don't know if you forgive them for that. But I'm sure you do. Well, we pray that they will wake up and realize that Jesus is the true Messiah, the true Lord, King of the Jews, the King of the Yes, Lord, to wake them all up tonight. Make them realize Jesus is the one. He already came, and he will come again.
Sings my soul.
Yes, Lord, to wake them up. Let the Jews realize they've been wrong for many years. And the New Testament is
how great thou art.
Thank you, Lord, for waking them up. Really hope you do. Lord, we also pray for anyone that needs healing tonight. We're here, Lord. Heal them right now.
Then sings my soul.
Heal them tonight.
My Savior God.
All right, folks, that wraps up today. We will see you another day.
How
Remember,
great thou art. How great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art. How great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. Here is where I lay. How great thou art. Crown. This is my surrender.
MS-13 forever.
Goodbye. See you on the next show.